Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved one. I think I've done a reading for you before, so I won't go through the whole spiel, but I do like to remind people this is not an exact science. Sometimes you got to stretch it outside the box a little bit. We communicate the best way we can. And don't forget, they do not waste a message. So if it doesn't make any sense now, you'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go, I know what she's talking about. So we're going to talk to Mom today. Mom's being a little pokey. She's not walking real fast. She's shuffling in pretty slow. And while I say that, not sure how she was in the end of her life. She is physically not like that now because we don't have that physical body that has all the aches and pains and the shuffling and stuff. But she's probably showing me, she's already trying to validate that it's her, showing me how she walked at some point towards the end at least, where she just kind of shuffled her feet along, like a lot of older people do, and they're afraid they'll fall or something, kind of that kind of thing. Okay, she comes up right here. She's got her face right here. Now I haven't tried it on this new camera. And this new computer, new camera, it seems to be a little better, but never found anybody that saw it on the old camera. And I don't know that this one. Anyway, I don't want to take up all your time. Sometimes when we do paranormal investigating, like we use cameras a lot, we'll catch orbs and maybe shadow figure or something like that. So you could possibly see her energy right here. It will look different than anything wavy. To me, it looks like it's wavy up here, but she's got her head right down here. She's snuggling in. So anything she does to me during the reading is for you. So this is my right side. I know some of these look backwards. Where she's just kind of nestling, snuggling in, almost not quite putting her head on my shoulder. So you should feel this. You might feel her hair tickling you. You might get really warm here, tingly, goosebumps. I don't know how. Now my ear is itching. They make me itch. I don't know how you'll receive the energy. I know Bob the other day, my Bob in spirit, this side of the face got so full and hot, and I thought, usually it's only my ear. I thought, what the hell, am I sick? Got the thermometer out. This side, perfectly normal. This side, the alarm went off. So they can literally make your face physically hot when their energy gets real close. So if that happens, validate her, acknowledge her, tell her you love her, ask her to bring you more, ask her to come closer if that's what you want. It's totally up to you. It's your free will choice. She's mentioning the word whippersnapper. Did she used to call you a whippersnapper or some of the other kids sometimes? She says, oh my gosh, when you were little, it was like, you were like, brr, 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 brr. She's going, you were all over the place. Well, most little kids are, but the way she's describing it, maybe a little more than most kids, like you really had ants in your pants. But she said she would sit back and laugh because first you'd be over there, and then you'd be over there, and she'd sit there and just watching you and laugh. She says you're still a little bit like that, but in your gut, in your tummy, which is one of our chakras. I don't know if you know what a chakra is. You can always Google the chakra that's in your stomach area. And she said you still had that tight knot where when you were little, your feet went along with the energy and took you here, there, everywhere. where now you've grown up and the energy is still like that, but it's in your stomach. It's in a knot. It's brrr all the time. I know. I have one of those. All of a sudden, this ear plugged up. That's her. So, and it's not ringing. So I thought it was going to start ringing because if it rings on one side, I have tinnitus. Both my ears ring. When it rings on one side, and depending on the level of the pitch, the vibration, it's either like mom, or if it gets really high pitched and loud, it's an archangel trying to get my attention. But this was just like it just went like it plugged up without the ringing other than the normal ringing. Watch for that. Again, validator. Again, she's talking about shuffling her feet. So listen for the sound slippers. Listen for the sound of slippers shuffling. And again, validate her when you hear that. And it's like she's bumping into stuff. I don't know if she's validating herself that she used to bump into stuff, like maybe towards the end, that she feels like she was a little confused towards the end. Like maybe she babbled some weird stuff, but so I don't know if she's validating that she was having trouble walking and bumping into stuff towards the end, or if you should listen to things being bumped into in your house, or maybe she's showing running into like a regular chair, like a kitchen chair. You might watch kitchen chair. I'm not going to say this 100%. You know, it could be sitting in a spot and you walk out of the kitchen, you walk back in, and it's a little bit crooked because she bumped into it. So I'm not sure which she's validating with what she's trying to say with this. And it could be both. She says, my dear, you've got to get the knot out of your stomach. Okay. She says, only you can do that. It doesn't matter the situation going on around you. It doesn't matter what's going on in your life. You are the only one. Nobody else can do it for you that can find the peace in your gut. And she's not even saying that it has to be peace in your head. It's the peace here. Okay. So I want you, she's telling me to do this. I want you to go to YouTube and I want you to Google meditation breathing. I don't know if you'll get it by yeah, surely there's a video. You breathe in through your nose very slowly, and most people tell you to hold it 4 seconds, 10 seconds. 10 seconds is too long for me. I can't quit talking that long. And you just hold it for a few seconds, and then you breathe out through your mouth. And you do it at least 3 times very slowly. And I don't know what it is, how that works. You don't have to do any meditating. You don't have to sit there and go, and, sit in that pose. It's the breathing that you need. It's the calm that you need. It's better if you do it outside in the fresh air. She says to get some lavender oil, like she's showing just sprinkling it in a cup. Now, I've never done that. I put essential oil in there, and I have another diffuser I put essential oil in. And okay, she's big on this breathing. I used to have a note on my old computer that says breathe, because I forget to, because we do that shallow breathing. That's the kind of breathing we get, or just do automatically. Sometimes you need to suck in and totally fill your lungs up, because all those little cells in your body, they need that oxygen, and that shallow breathing doesn't quite get them enough. And she's saying that sometimes you just need to breathe in and give all your little cells now. She's showing you laying in the bathtub, actually laying in the bathtub, not your head in the water, but laying in the bathtub with your eyes closed, and talk to her. Go soak in the tub. And she's talking about you can put lavender essential oil in the bath water. I like to use Epsom salt that has lavender already in it, and it's actually a cleansing thing. It's a cleansing routine. Okay. And talk to her. Ask her to bring you peace. Ask her to bring you calm. She says you're worrying about things that really don't amount to shit. You can't worry about every detail of everything. She says you're worried about details of, she says it's just anything, not one thing, or she's not mentioning one thing in particular right now. She says it's just everything. And you worry about this detail has to happen this way, this way, this way, this way. It doesn't work that way. When the universe is going to bring you something, you put a big picture out there. And if you ask for $10 million, it doesn't work. I tried that. That big mansion, it hasn't worked for me. But put a big picture out there, like, where do you want to be 5 years from now? I've never been goal oriented. I never could do that. But if you can visualize what it is out there that you want that's just out of your reach, and ask the universe, don't beg, ask. And ask every day, write it down, put it on your fridge, whatever it takes to do that. Let them worry about the details. I just manifested my new truck, exactly what I asked for, and I've been working on that the last year or two. And the way I wanted it paid for, never, ever, ever dreamed that it would get paid for the way it's getting paid for. Ever would I had an inkling, but the universe put that in my path. Seriously works that way. So quit worrying about all. I'm just giving you that example because Mom says you worry about every little detail that has to lead up to that. It has to be that way. It doesn't. Let that shit go. Let it. Give it to the universe and say, okay, now show me the best way to do this. Let them guide you. Mom still says she's going to bring you peace. You have to ask her, not beg, and then you have to allow those things to come in there to get you to that point. Who knows what it'll be? They know best. But ask them, because they cannot override your free will choice. She says sometimes you got to let bygones be bygones. Sometimes you got to release your anger towards somebody, and she's mentioning a male. She's not telling me a name or anything. She says it's a male. Release the anger. That's part of the knot in your stomach. She says men aren't worth it. Now, Mom. Kids, I don't know if they're your kids or just some young kids around you. feel like they're related to you anyway, but she's not saying grandkids, so I don't know if they're your kids. She says you stress out worrying about these kids and, oh my gosh, they shouldn't be doing that, and oh my gosh, they shouldn't be going there. She says, let that go. That's their learning lesson. That's something they have to learn. Sure, they need guidance, but there's certain things we have to learn in this life. And they're working on their path. She says, you work on your path. She says, do you know how happy you would be if you let go and let God? And basically that's what I just said. Put it out there, put your vision out there, write it down, put it on the fridge, whatever you want to do, put it on your mirror in the bathroom and look at it every time you walk by there, and then let go of it and let God, let the universe, whatever you want to call it out there, let them bring it to you if it's in your path for your for the good of you, for the good of all involved. You'd be surprised if you ask them and allow them what you'll get. I fight them every step of the way. They get so frustrated with me, my guides. She says, you're fighting it too. You're fighting what they bring you because you want it this way. It's got to be this way. No, it doesn't. There's a better way. There's some kind of change that you're scared of right now. Some kind of a change. CHANGE. Sometimes these teeth don't talk right. And you're afraid of it. I always say fear is only an emotion. It's only an emotion, but it can be like a brick wall. Change is good. Your hair changes, your fingernails change, you know, everything changes. It's supposed to. She says stop stomping your feet like a 2-year-old and quit being afraid of the change. Whatever this change is. Because eventually it will be for the good. Let it play out. She wants you to sit back and watch like an observer instead of being right in its face and right in the drama of it. Step back and pretend like you're a stranger. Pretend like you're a stranger. Okay. And look at the whole scenario. What would a stranger think? We don't care what strangers think, but just step out of it for a minute. Gives you a whole different perspective. Mom goes like this. I was asking her if I said it like she wanted. You are so beautiful inside and out. Did you used to brush her hair or something towards the end? I feel like, I don't know if I already said that like maybe her mind was a little befuddled towards the end, a little. Maybe you guys thought she wasn't understanding things, or I don't know if she had Alzheimer's or what, but it's kind of like that feeling. She said she knew everything that was going on. Everything. She heard you. She can hear you now. I promise you 1,000% she can hear you. She can see you. She's talking about cinnamon rolls. There, go for when you smell those fresh baked cinnamon rolls. Now, it doesn't count if you're going through a bakery, but you can smell them in your car, outside, in your house, doesn't matter. You smell those cinnamon rolls. Again, validate mom. There's a man, no, a man walking up behind her. Can't tell if it's her father or grandfather, but it's a father-like figure. So her grandfather could feel more like a father if he did more of the fatherly things with her. Okay. This guy looks a little kind of slim, dressed in a nice suit, nice hat, like he would wear with a suit, but it's a lighter colored, it's not like a black suit, but it's a suit like with a real skinny tie like you would wear back in the 50s. I don't know I have no clue how old you are. He looks like my dad, like something my dad wore back in the 50s. My dad was in the Navy. That could have something to do with it. My dad owned his own business. Sometimes they'll bring something similar to my dad to get those little similarities in there. My dad's first name started with an R. So it could be any of those things. Help you figure out who that is because they're not saying. She's okay, now she's getting very adamant and she's yelling, I love you. So you should hear this. Or you have heard it. And normally I say you will only hear it in one ear if you hear it in these ears, but this is like it's a certain room, not a certain room. She showed bedroom, she showed living room. It's like she's standing across the room yelling it instead of coming up and doing it in one ear. So you might hear it with your telepathic ears, or you might just hear it across the room. It may not sound exactly like I love you. It might be a kind of a muttering. It might be close. It might be something where you go, I love you, because sometimes it doesn't come across or your vibration's not up there enough where you guys get on the same click. If you hear something like that and it's kind of across the room, you turn your head and there's nobody there and you think she's not saying your name. She's just saying, I love you, like she's yelling it across the room, but it'll come out like a whisper. Her yelling it just shows that she's trying very hard to do this. So you might hear a whisper like across the room, you turn and there's nothing there. That is her. When you hear that, tell her, I can't understand you. Because they think they're getting it across on the wavelength they need to. And when you let them know you don't understand the words, then they know they need to adjust to get it down to your level of your frequency. Like when my archangels come in and it shrieks really high and loud, I go, I can't understand you. Can you bring your vibration down? Okay, why is she showing me your foot? She's showing me your foot. Did you just get a pedicure or you're getting ready to go get one? Or you just painted your toenails? Now she's oh, what's that little dude on that cartoon on TV where he goes, Mom, 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 Mom. She's doing that. Sorry, she makes my head itch. Mom, 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 Mom. She hears you. She hears you talking to her. Mom, Mom, hey, Mom. Hey, Mom, help me. Hey, Mom, come here. Hey, Mom, help me do this. Hey, Mom. Sorry, telemarketer. Okay, Mom says you're making a mountain out of a molehill. It's like things around you are, I don't feel any bad energy about anything around you. And she's saying it's not that bad. It's not perfect. It's just not that bad. But you're stressing out about it. And you shouldn't be. She says, look at the little things and excuse me. Look at the little things in life. A snow cone. Ooh, who's eating snow cones now? It's cold. A flower. The grass. A tree. A bird. And there's been a lot of them stressing this lately. Get back to basics. Look at real life, nature, the free things, the real things in the world, not the streets, not the concrete, not the steel buildings. Look at the free, natural beauty of the world. Get back to basics. That'll help ground you. That would help center you. Ooh, okay. She said ground and went like this. Again, go to YouTube. There's plenty of grounding videos. Find out how to ground yourself. Ground that energy, center it. This is your psychic antenna. Find it. Pull all your energy in. Learn how to put that protection bubble around you. You're absorbing some other people's energy that you shouldn't be because it's not yours. So go find a free video about grounding and shielding. And it may sound wackadoo, but it seriously works. I just need to remember to do it. I'm bad about it. And I know better. She says you definitely need to. She's wanting you to get back with Mother Earth, no matter how crazy it sounds. Too much drama out in the world. Boy, ain't that the truth. And that will help find you peace. And along with that, breathing. And it's not about, she said it's not about changing anything. She said it's about your perspective, attitude. And she's going, and then she goes, attitude. You have an attitude? I do. Somebody around you feels holier than thou. She says, and that makes you feel little. Somebody around you makes you feel like you're way down here and they're way up here. She says you're not. You're equal. She's saying it like that. You're equal. Equal. She's got this look in her eye. Equal. You're not way down here. You're just as high as they are. So that's the way Mom's saying it. Stop letting them make you feel less than. You are exactly how God created you. Be proud of it. I'm proud of you. But do it with love and joy in your heart. Mom says she was a little bit stern, and she doesn't want you to be that way. Do it with peace and pride. And she's showing you feeling much more relaxed, like flowing when you do that. And it's a process. It's hard to learn. Should have seen me before I did all this. I love you. She's got a very calm, loving energy right now. Everything will be all right. Tell me all your problems. I'm always listening, 24 hours a day. Don't be afraid to call on me. You're not disturbing me. It doesn't work that way. We have no time. You've got to find the joy in your heart. She's singing that song, joy, 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 down in my heart, down in my heart. You don't want me to sing. I promise you. I'd probably break my microphone. She wants you to sing that song. Write it down. Stick it on your fridge. When you walk by, you'll hum it in your head, even if you don't do it out loud. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Just keep doing that till you start feeling the joy. Okay, with that, she's going to leave. She says, ask her anything. She can't promise she can deliver, but you'd be surprised when you ask and then allow the things they can nudge people, somebody will call you. I mean, things that can be put in your path that you would never expect, but they cannot override your free will choice. So if you want to sit there with a knot in your stomach, you can. They cannot automatically take that kind of stuff away without you willingly giving them permission. Free will choice. Okay, my dear, she's leaving. She's saying, I love you. She's waving as she's walking away. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. You should hear that at some point. She says you're going to think you have bats in your belfry. And she's saying it from a distance now, so it'll be like across the room type of thing, instead of being right up in your ear. Okay, my dear. Much love to you. Thank you for allowing me to be her voice. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Later.